This, one of your hosts, and I'm here with Rampage!
Hey buddy, what is up? Did you know that water sucks and Dr. Pepper is better?
What'd you say? What'd you say about water?
Water sucks. It really sucks.
If you couldn't see on screen, if you're watching us on YouTube, where you can support us by liking, subscribing, and ring that bell for more notifications, you can see that Rampage and I are both wearing our Bobby Boucher jerseys. This was purely coincidence. I just turned on the camera and voila. Apparently it's
to work today.
It's a very particular type of person who buys this jersey. You can also find us on all major podcasting platforms where you can leave us a 5-star review to make us look super duper cool, like we're wearing Bobby Boucher jerseys at the Bourbon Bowl. You can also find us on Patreon, where you can support us for $3 a month, become an official Pepperhead for $3 a month. Yes, have your name turned Dr. Pepper Red on the Discord server, and join the Discord server. Join the awesome community of Pepperheads, the coolest, chillest kids at school, and yeah,
I think last week we said we're only cool if you pee your pants.
No.
And I know it's not Waterboy, but it got me into the Adam Sandler mindset, and I think that's what prompted this.
I do love Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle, great. He's a great guy, right? I am 100% an Adam Sandler fan. There was a solid time for between 2006 after he made Click and people were like, this guy's falling off the horse, stuff like that. And then between that and what was that? Precious or Uncut Gems?
Uncut Gems, sure.
Yeah, and people are like, oh snap, that guy can act. It's like, yeah. Did you watch Billy Madison? Yes, that kid can act. Come on. He is one of the best actors of all time. You heard it here first. Please don't unsubscribe. If you didn't know it, we also have tokens, by the way. You can check them out on the Discord server. We did pin it in the announcements on how to obtain them. But if you didn't know, we have the Monarch Zombie tokens headed our way. And we'll have those in our hands next week. So you can place your order for them now, and we'll get them out the door as soon as we can. All right. We're talking about Magic the Gathering and Dr. Pepper. Because this is the number one podcast on the internet for Magic the Gathering and Dr. Pepper. Welcome to the show, the MoxStars podcast. And you know what? This week, I was opening a restaurant. I am the executive chef for a restaurant that's opening in Seattle. So I have had a lot on my plate. Get it?
Everyone who hasn't opened a restaurant before.
Yo, dude, who's out there laughing? Who's out there laughing right now? Everything up. So much on my plate. All right. Chef humor. But I had a lot on my plate. And so Rampage sort of, took the wheel here and is going to guide us through and see us to the end of the tunnel. I don't know. Dude, my brain is so fried. I'm so fried.
You're doing great. I want this week to talk about some Avatar cards maybe we missed. When we originally recorded our Avatar podcast 2 episodes ago, we had some bangers in there. I think they ended up being really good. I think that's still true. I stand by it. But we weren't out of all of the releases yet. We jumped the gun a little bit, and there's some cards we missed.
Okay, maybe a few.
Some cards that I think deserve the spotlight just for a hot second. I want to gush about these cards a little. And then we can move on and never talk about Avatar again. Actually, I'm cool continuing to talk about Avatar. I think it's a cool set. I love how it plays. And I guess we can talk about that a little bit more too. But the first card I want to highlight so that it doesn't get missed is the Fire Nation Turret. It's an artifact for 200 red. At the beginning of combat on your turn, up to one target creature gets +2/+0, gains Firebending 2 until end of turn. For 1 measly red mana, you can put a charge counter on that artifact. And for 50 measly charge counters, you can have this artifact deal 50 damage to any target. That's just cool. Let's make Etherflux Reservoir with extra Sebs.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't even read the first line. It might have, but it wasn't relevant to me. And then I read the second and third lines and I went, oh, ceiling. There's a ceiling, and I forgot to look at the floor. But even the floor is like really pretty here because this is not nothing, right? One target creature +2/+0 gains firebending 2. Let's go. If you don't have anything else to use that mana for, tuck it away.
Dump it in here.
There's not going to be 25 turns, so it's like not like it's that's the absolute floor with this thing, right? Right. Well, no, the absolute floor is having 0 creatures and like having nothing to attack with. But I think that's it's a huge sink. There's so many ways to get infinite red mana. It's almost easier to get infinite red mana sometimes in certain decks than it is to get infinite colorless mana. So I also really like this card.
I want to abandon all financial responsibility mana and dump it in here. I think that'll be, and it's just a ticking time bomb. Everyone can see it. It only kills one person. I don't think it's like busted. It's just cool, and it's a threat. It changes the whole play dynamic, and I think it's so much fun. And the thing that helps you get everything gets firebending now. There's so many things. Is it the last Agni Kai that gives all your creatures firebending? There's one of them that does.
Agni Kai. It's Agni Kai.
Sorry. Just again, another place to put all that ridiculous amount of red mana. If you don't have a place for it, you can throw it here. I think that's cool. Another card I think is cool because I can't talk about any more red cards. Menace said I was about to get cut off. Seismic Sense.
Did I say that?
For one little green mana, you get a sorcery. Lessons. Dude, they boosted lessons in this set. Like, they made so many parallels to cards that are already super playable, like Commander Staples, but now they made a new card and it's a lesson. Yeah,
well, and for one, this card, and the thing is all the lessons, because in Strixhaven there was some upside to lessons, right? But the thing is that they were all overcosted. They were overcosted because there was upside in tandem with other cards because it was a school, right? But the lessons here are pushed. They're like, not only are they lessons, they have additional benefits and synergies with other cards, but they're pushed. Like, this Seismic Sense for one green sorcery lesson. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of lands you control. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest, creature or land. I thought it said and. Oh my God. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So the ceiling here is really high, obviously. And then the floor is still pretty good. But I think it definitely turns 2, turn 3, even it still has pretty decent value. It does more on turn 3 than any other version of this card ever will. But on turn 6, it does, for 1 mana, it provides insane value. It's that thing you need when you need it. I'm very excited about it. I think it's very cool. That's a good way to put it. I never really put that into words like that, right? It's the thing you need when you need it. As ceiling way late in the game, and even at the start of the game, it could be the first thing that you need. So why is that card in your deck? What does it get you? I don't know, but I'll figure it out in game when I need that one thing. Yep. And then also before we gush, the artwork, super cool moment from the show. Super cool moment. The Boulder would be pissed if he saw this artwork. So today I was doing some shopping. And I don't know if you've shopped at all recently for time twisters. No. They're pretty expensive. They're like $4,000 or whatever. And I don't have that kind of change laying around. But what I do have is a time twister at home. And that is this Spirit Water Revival.
Spirit Water Revival is a sorcery for 1 blue, so 3 mana, almost just like a Time Twister.
What?
You can draw 2 cards. If you waterbend for 6, this spell, when you cast it, you can instead shuffle your graveyard shuffle your graveyard into your library, draw 7, and then you have no max hand size. So it's like
For the rest of the game. Oh.
Except you don't draw your opponent's cards. Argue this is maybe not way better, but way cooler. I'm very excited to see this. I don't know how I missed it. I'm praying it wasn't revealed yet when we did our review. I'd be embarrassed to miss something like this.
Sorry,
So yeah.
What? Oh my God! What? You don't shuffle your hand back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? This is. I know. I saw this card, and I know I've been seeing it in some like standard content, like with the pre-release or whatever, the 24-hour window they get to play with this stuff. But I did not. I thought it was Time Twister. I thought it was like shuffle your hand, your graveyard, and everything back in. But no, that's unique. I like it. I like it. Definitely.
It's very good.
Yeah. Waterbend 6.
23 flavors. That's what we want to talk about on this podcast is good Magic cards and Dr. Pepper.
Yo, the Dr. Pepper plug.
And then to wrap up our airbending journey here is the lessons. So many cool lessons. Cards, like we said, doing stuff that existing cards do today, but with a little twist, with a little benefit. They're just slightly better or have a different application. So cards like Redirect Lightning, we know that's good. 1 red mana, change the target of a spell or ability with a single target.
Yeah, it started seeing play in cEDH as soon as it was spoiled. Like people were starting to like find ways to like tech it in.
How many words can we cram on one drop instant? Enter the avatar state. Until end of turn, target creature you control becomes an avatar in addition to its other types and gains flying, first strike, lifelink, and hexproof.
Yes. This is pushed as well. It's super pushed. It's almost like they're just telling you that all of these keywords are redundant. Like, it's like when you look at this, like obviously the ceiling's huge because like if you're on the offensive, this is one of the most powerful combat tricks I think you can put on a creature. More than anything, the word that people value the most will be hexproof. It's a really great balance for a card in constructed formats where it's like lifelink. If you're in life gain, right, and you're combating aggro strategies, not only can you defend yourself, gain life, but you can likely also remove a creature with first strike.
Sure. That first strike is huge. Yeah.
So there's a lot of different angles here for like going on the offensive, but then also being defensive.
Yep. The cycle of renewal is a new instant that's another Harrow. Like we have Harrow 2.0. Octopus form, another defensive protective spell. Just really cool things that we get to add to our arsenal. Man,
lessons are really good. In this set, just specifically, so at the pre-releases and stuff like that, I've just been seeing an overwhelming glow coming from the community about this set, just how well designed it is in that limited format. So, and I think a big part of it is due to, lessons like this, and cards like this, and how, they balance out combat and all that good stuff. Someone gets Fire Lord Azula, and then they start pulling a bunch of lessons like this. It's kind of nutty.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, you mentioned pre-release. I went out a couple times last weekend, just trying to play some casual commander at an LGS. No room. just house was packed with pre-release gamers, because I don't check the schedules of when these pre-releases go on. We went to 2 different LGSs this weekend, and both were packed full. They were at the end of round 1, so there was no getting in on the pre-release, but no room for anyone. Like you said, the glow, the buzz around this set, getting to play in that limited environment looked super fun. So because my buddy and I, we couldn't play casual Commander, we got some Jumpstart packs, and we just went back to my house and we jammed some games. I got a Cabbage Merchant, but it was so much fun. We got to play, and I understood what those people in the LGS were doing, enjoying that play style. This limited environment for Avatar is super cool.
Yeah, this, and more than anything, the limited environment is the thing that will keep the set alive. You like, Spider-Man's already dead. Spider-Man dead, gone. Just usher that one out the door. That one that never happened, right? And then like now with Avatar, it's so well designed, the limited environment. It's like still like Kamigawa Neon Dynasty lives in here like forever because of how fun that set was, just to go draft and pre-release, and then not only to do the pre-release, but then it was like 6 months, a year down the line, we bought another box and we drafted it again, and it was just as fun. So I've done chaos drafts with that set, and I feel like Avatar is one of those things where, yeah, do a chaos draft, throw an Avatar pack in there. Like, it's kind of fitting with how chaotic all these universes are becoming meshed into Fortnite-ified. But this is something that's really well designed, and the flavor is good. The one thing is, I just wish Wizards of the Coast would have chosen their ambassadors a little more responsibly, because they chose CGB, Covert Go Blue. If you've never watched him before, he does standard specific content. They chose him to be the ambassador for this set. He's super well known in the community. He's probably the most popular streamer for arena content, and he goes on the air, does the first live stream of Avatar content, and says, "Oh yeah, I pulled a Soka," and I was like, "Oh brother," and then he said "toof" or something like that, and I was like, my God, you couldn't have just quizzed the guy a little bit? He's like, "Yeah, I just watched it last year," and I'm like, brother, I grew up with this thing. Yep. I watched it day one. Come on, it's Sokka, it's Katara, it's Aang. Listen to the people in the show. M. Night Shyamalan got it wrong, and he was hated by all people forever. Maybe I'm not making my point well enough, but gosh, it just bugged the hell out of me.
Yep.
All right.
No, I feel you. But yeah, locals was crazy. So we went back, we did the Jumpstart games, had a lot of fun. Earthbending. I don't know if I never read that ability all of the way through the first time around. Did you know Earthbending's forever? When you earthbend something, it's not till end of turn. And they printed a land, I think, with Vigilance. So with the intent that you earthbend it and then you swing with it, and then you can tap it for mana still. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Then I can hold up mana and still attack with my earthbent creature. I'm shocked more of them don't have it. And then, no, Earthbend's forever. Earthbend is nuts. Earthbend is so strong, especially in limited, I felt.
Now, there's also another land that's a rare, and it's called Secret Tunnel, and it can't be blocked. So it's definitely one of the most powerful mechanics ever made in all of Magic. I'm not kidding. This is they're gonna ban on screen right now. I have Badger Mole Cub. They're gonna ban this. They're gonna ban this kid. Here's the thing: Badger Mole Cub, 2 mana. When this creature enters, Earthbend 1. Okay. Oh, that's not that strong. Whenever you tap a creature for mana, add an additional green. So, well, what happens when you have one Badger Mole Cub? Yeah, you get a land that can tap for its color and then an additional green. Cool. Awesome. Now, that same land you just tapped, or that same land you just earthbent that now can tap for that. Let's cast another Badger Mole Cub. Okay? Now you earthbend your other land. How much mana do you have on that? That's turn 2 or turn 3 that you're doing that? Yep. And on turn 4, you're going to have 8 mana, or so. It's absolutely insane. A lot of the things I was seeing were turn 3 Crater Hoofs that for 36 damage. And it's insane. It truly is insane. They're going to, if they don't see it yet, I worry. I worry for the format. It's nuts. Earthbending, I think, is probably it's one of those things where I think it is the strongest mechanic that I have ever personally witnessed be designed. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. This is the strongest mechanic I've ever seen.
It's very good. In limited, just getting a 5/5 pushed at you because they've put so many counters on it or whatever is extremely difficult to deal with. And then, yes, it still gets them value because it's a great blocker and it's mana, and the Cub is insane. I'm seeing that drive up to $70 a pop.
Yeah, right now they're going for the hand-drawn one. I don't remember. I don't know what they're calling these artworks.
Yep.
The Antiquities treatment. It is $60 at its low on TCG Player, and then the standard one is going for $51 at its low. So kind of crazy. It's going to be. It's incredibly popular. It's also going to be a really great commander card. I mean, here's the thing. The card isn't going to do a ton at the commander level. I think it's going to be a big boogeyman in standard, and then everyone's going to think it's overpowered in commander. I don't think it has that. It's not that strong. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
It's very good.
In tandem with Kinnan, when it goes into Kinnan, it's going to go crazy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want it in TAM.
Right? Earthcraft gets even better with this.
Yep.
So very exciting mechanic. I'm stoked to see more of it, and that's why I don't know if we'll ever get to see more Earthbend than what we currently have now. It would beg a return to Avatar, which would probably mean we're getting some sort of Legend of Korra set down the line, if that were to be true. Like Mark Rosewater said, if you can imagine it, we've already signed the paperwork. So there's a lot of Universes Beyond already in the works.
But we're not done selling universe yet. We had a Secret Lair come out this week. The Avatar Secret Lair dropped, and for some reason, we just hyped up the set. We talked about how cool it was. People are buzzing about it. People want to play it. But you can still, right now, yes. 3 days post sale going live, can still pick up the Avatar Secret Lairs. Menace, what is going on?
I mean, this is just the community's reflection of poor value being chosen in a secret lair, right? Right? That's got to be it.
So you're saying because these aren't strong or already expensive, powerful cards, nobody wants them?
Yeah.
If you want your Avatar Magic cards, you can just pick them up from the standard set.
Yeah, nobody wants the thong and butt cheeks. Putrefy.
Dude, what is happening?
That thing caked up.
You can print that?
I don't think that one went through R&D. You know, they were just like, yeah, man.
I looked at that and I did like a 12th take because I couldn't. What is it? I just saw what the picture was supposed to be. You know those things you stare at for a long time and then eventually the picture fades.
The back of the cereal box.
Yeah. I could not for the life of me see that bug.
I think they took the big image of it down. They did.
They did.
Oh my God. You can't even see the big image of it because they took it down. If you're on YouTube, I tried to pull it up, but you just can't see it. It is as big as I can make it at the moment. Oh man, they didn't like texture the eyes at all. They maybe just a little bit redder, and we would believe it's a fly, but it is skin tone. Yeah. So the secret lair is this is something that even now when we're recording this, there was also the Monster Hunter cards that were spoiled, right? And so there are 3 drops, I think, coming along with that. It's like dragons, creatures, whatever. But it seems like in every single one of those drops, they also missed the mark almost entirely, right? They're going back to their well of Archaeomancers and Grand Abolishers and things that used to provide value or things that people used to play with and stuff like that. But there are so many cards that have come out recently that like people are wanting reprints of that were it doesn't seem, because they've taken master sets away, and it just doesn't seem like we're ever going to really see those cards anytime soon. So I think this is just, it's a pure acknowledgement from the community where it's like, we're tired of these old cards, man. Like you keep giving us keep giving us Lightning Bolt. You keep giving us things that don't matter, like Blood Moon. Blood Moon does matter in a certain way, but all these versions of Blood Moon don't matter, right? Like it all comes down to personal preference. But yes, on screen I have the Everything Changed edition up. Torment to Hailfire is still a fairly valuable card, but now the value just keeps dropping, right? And because there's another secret lair probably coming down the line in 3 weeks that's got another Torment to Hailfire in it. And plus the treatment for some of these cards, the borders and whatnot, are similar to like the Mystical Archives, where they just feel out of place a lot of the time, like when you play them, where like Silence is good, Force of Vigor is good. I think that's where the value of the one with the elements drop sits. But yeah, all the other stuff is just like 6 cents bottom of the barrel type junk. And
for like $40, you better really like Avatar to be spending that to get it.
Yes, and is it worth it? For some people, they thought it was, because the only 2 that you cannot get are the non-foil Everything Changed and the non-foil Cabbages set. You can still get the foil Cabbages and the foil Everything Changed set, and it's crazy to me that with how pushed the set is, they should have just chosen some more recent reprints to like help push the sales a little bit more, I guess. They know what they're doing. Like the acknowledgement of the secondary market is obviously there, right? Otherwise they would have they wouldn't have printed Demonic Tutor in that, in that one. So, yep. The one that I would go for the most is probably the Everything Changed one, because the Torment to Hailfire is embodying a very powerful moment where, Aang isn't feeling too confident in himself, so he encases himself in rock, and Fire Lord Ozai is just like, boom, with the power of the Sozin's Comet and everything just blasting him. And then the Last Airbender Ember Island Players. This is one of the legendary episodes from Avatar: Last Airbender, and I would exclusively spend $40 for the absolute accurate actor. It's so perfect, and if you've seen that episode, you know exactly what I mean, because Toph is blind, and you gotta wonder how she sees, right? So I'm not going to scream on camera. I'm sorry. I'm not screaming into the microphone right now. The whole it's good value. They're good cards, and just very accurate. Good stuff.
If I'm spending $40 on anything in this set, it's it's the My Cabbages secret lair.
It's the thong and butt cheeks. So yeah. It's a slight disappointment, and this one it'll be hanging out. You don't have to feel rushed. You can wait for your next paycheck. It'll still be there. Don't worry. There's only one that's low stock.
And just think of all the money you save, how much more money you'll have buying this Spirit Water Revival instead of buying a Time Twister.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can spend that on Secret Layer drops now.
Yes. The finances, the science of finance, it's all starting to come together and make sense.
Yeah. What we need is, like, you mentioned Master Sense. My brain went to from the vault.
Oh, yeah.
If we could just get some from the vault stuff back.
The OG Secret Layer drops.
Gorgeous foils.
That type of foiling, dude, like, I loved them. I loved when they came out and people were like, no. Like, the Umezawa Jite from that. The Isochron Scepter from that one.
The Jite is my, like, gold standard for what I reference from the vault foils.
Yes. That Mox Diamond. I don't have one of those.
No. Yeah, me neither.
A little too rich for my blood.
But talking money, the last thing I wanted to mention for this pod was the tournament I went to. The tournament this weekend was a cEDH tournament, and they had a prize pool. It was a 1K payout, which is cool. 64 players, 1K payout.
Yeah.
Excellent. We show up, and the venue has 15 people there. It was a 15-player tournament.
Oh, brother.
And I thought, oh boy. So the payouts, whatever.
Not happening.
$100, $200. They honored it. It was the coolest thing. They paid out. So they had 15 people, $50 entry. They made $750 hosting this tournament.
And they paid out $1,000.
Gave out $1,000 in prizes. Yeah.
Wow. That's a baller.
One of the kids, so it ended up being a draw somehow. They had 3 people win more money, and then the 4th person only won some money. So it was like 3 people got first and 1 person got 4th. I don't know. But anyway, one of the kids, it was his first time buying a dual land. Like, with this prize, he made whatever, $260.
Yeah.
I think is what the top 3 split. And he got his first dual land, his first OG dual. Like, that's awesome. That's cool. I was so glad they honored it. My only beef with this tournament, and I'm shocked people are still doing this, was that they had a proxy rule. So no proxies were allowed unless it was reserve list, which is odd. We asked them about it towards the end. We're like, what's the point of this? Well, we're like, it did make sense if people, like, you can afford a Llanowar Elves. You shouldn't have to proxy a Llanowar Elves. I'm like, it's not about the Llanowar Elves. I'll get a real Llanowar Elf. I don't want to buy a One Ring. I don't want to buy, all of these cEDH staples that aren't reserve list cards. Like, it feels more like pay to win than by not allowing proxies.
Yucky.
Was just an interesting decision, and it didn't sound like there was a whole lot of logic behind it. It was their first tournament. It's a new store. And I feel bad dogging on them because they were so cool with the prize payouts. But
yeah, you bring them up, build them up, build them up. Slam them to the ground. Suplex, baby.
They did a great job. The rounds ran real smooth. There were no draws all day. I know there's only like 4 games going on and 4 rounds total. There was no draws until the final game where they decided to split the pot.
That's crazy. So you're telling me that in $1,000 payout, the final game, did one guy just get knocked out and then the other 3 players were like, we're just going to draw it because, and so, pardon my French, but fuck that guy.
I'm not sure. I think the split, the top 3 did $266.66. and then the fourth place guy got 200. So it's not even like big of a. So I don't know, unless there was like a 3-way king making decision that happened, and the fourth guy was just sitting there on his hands. I have no idea how they.
He's
came
like, I'm
to
not
that
in this
total.
game, and they're like, good, you get less.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. That I'd be like, hey, you were involved in this, man. You got here, right? Hey, you get 252 as a star owner. So like 2 questionable decisions made. 1, no proxies. Yeah. 2, not paying out the fourth guy, even though they decided to split the pot. It's like, no, you still get the draw if you're still, even if you get knocked out and the whole table draws, the player that got knocked out still gets the draw. So it's not like they get 0 because they got knocked out early. So,
but yeah, so fourth place got 200, and then everyone else got 266, and that totals 1,000, I think.
I wonder if he was sitting there rubbing his hands. He's like, oh baby, I'm still getting my 250.
Yep.
And they pull the rug on him.
But it was a good tournament. I was on Timna Thrasios. Going back to this proxy thing, I tore down 20 decks to build Timna Thrasios because all of my cards, I only have 1 of every card, were in all of these different decks. So I had to tear them all down, and then I wanted to play test, so I had it done like a few weeks ahead of time. So I had all these decks torn apart. I can't play them now because they're missing cards. And I have this Timna Thrasios deck, which is a compilation of every other deck I own.
If anything, this is the greatest argument to actually allow proxies and welcome proxies into your life is like if you have all of these other decks and it would require you to tear apart other decks or even remove 1 card, right? And you go back to play that deck later and you forgot to tear apart the deck that you made for it. It's like, man, it's just like, I'm just going to proxy. See if I want to make it. And then if it's something I like playing, I will make it. Like, if you guys didn't know, we're going to be at Las Vegas MagicCon. And one of my goals there is to take one of my proxy decks, and it's going to be Teom. Like I have, I think 3 of the cards in total. I have Teom, I have the Orcish Bowmasters, and I have the Avacyn's Pilgrim. Those are the only 3 cards I have for the deck. The goal is going to be to trade around MagicCon all weekend to build the deck in its entirety because I love the deck. I love the deck. I want to play the deck forever with this current build. So, that's going to be my goal, but that's what I would encourage everyone to do is like build the deck, play it, find out if you like it. And then like, if you played Tim Thras, right? Did you enjoy the, like the interaction and like the way the deck flowed and everything?
The games where it popped off, I felt invincible. Yeah. Like there was nothing I couldn't do. It's all value all the time. I went 1 and 2, no draws. The first game I won, position 1, was just I had it the whole time. They interacted, they hurt me, and I just recovered instantly. Timna is insane.
Yeah.
When you don't get those engines going, or what I found was more common, just falling behind other people's engines in play first, yours don't feel very good. They can be just as good as they were in the game where I did awesome, but because I'm second, because I'm late, it's not enough. You have to be the first one to jam these.
Yeah. So
I lost a game. I jammed a Smothering Tithe, turn 3, and then it passed, and then Rogthras won it, partially due to the Badger Mole Cub.
Oh. It hadn't even been released yet.
Earthbending a Cradle, and that upped the Cradle count because it became a creature now. It upped the Cradle count enough that he went infinite with Oboro Breeze Caller and Talongates.
Boroid.
Is it 6 creatures you need before you're netting ahead mana with Oboro and Talongates?
I have no idea.
But on turn 3, got us. Just had all the good cards. Nothing I can do about it. Shouts out Badger Mole Cub.
Yeah, they played that and it hadn't even come out yet.
No, it was out. It was out Saturday, but they had to play a real version.
Oh, because they had pre-release, right? And because pre-release had already happened for one day, it was legal. I remember when they made that shift, right? It used to be that at pre-release, when you bought your pre-release, right, you had to wait a whole week before those cards became legal when the set actually released. So,
yeah.
Oh, what it is to be an old Magic player.
But yeah, just imagine like you're brewing with this deck and you're play testing it and you're getting games in and you got this proxy card because the Badger Bowl Cub hadn't come out yet. And then Friday rolls around and you got a tournament tomorrow and you better pull it or you better find somebody at the LGS willing to trade it or something.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think also with Avatar, the value has been there, I think, with everybody's pack pulls, everyone's, all the stuff that people have been showing on Reddit and the social medias. So, yeah. Well, I'm glad that it sounds like you at least had a great time at the tournament.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, lesson learned. Build your deck in proxy first. Play it. Figure out if you like it. That way you don't have to go back and rebuild 20 decks.
True. Well, so now I got to figure out what I'm doing with my cEDH life. What I'm gonna play. Timna Dargo. Looking pretty sexy.
Mardargo.
Yeah, I've seen Rowan talked about on other channels as of recent. We did that. I think we started the trend. We did that deck review 2 months ago, and there's people doing Rowan stuff. I think that's exciting. That's nuts.
Here's the thing.
Deck does everything.
The MoxStars podcast always breaks ground. We're always the first ones to the scene. You just don't know it yet. I do have news. Mailbag, because I got my secret layers in the mail yesterday. I got my PlayStation secret layers. And while it would have been nice to get the Greek God of War one, like these are games that I grew up with and that I love and I've played. Horizon Zero Dawn is the only game that I've ever platinumed. It's thoroughly an amazing experience. So I figured that would be a good set to get, and the artwork is all very stunning. And I'm super excited to actually play Aloy and build that deck. Yeah, and then I also got the Norse God of War one, and I'm so stoked to build Kratos and Boy. Atreus. Yeah, I always forget his name. I call him Boy, and then I have to read the card again just to make sure I remember the name right. I think that deck can be really good. It's never going to be overpowering. I think that it's well balanced, really well played, like as far as like design elements go. There's no loops. There's nothing that. It's just good old God smashing stuff. But Aloy, on the other hand, the Discover X, where X is the artifact creature or whatever, it's the greatest power amongst artifact creatures you control. Oh, brother. I think you can do some crazy stuff with that. So, the Secret Lair, Super Drop. I think there's still some of them left. So, yeah, you can still get the Uncharted you can still get the Secret Lair Furby Due Nula Foil Edition. Yeah, I think that Wizards of the Coast has got to take a hard look in the mirror, and because they already have stuff coming down the pipe, so it's hard to like pump the brakes on some of these things and just say, no, we're not going to release this right now, maybe later. Maybe that's what they should do. But they need to start upping their game as far as reprints on Secret Lair if they want these things to move, because pure collectability isn't going to, unless they're looking for a way out of Secret Lair, because that's what they used to do. They used to do that with other products, right? Because from the vault, they were just like, oh, we'll make a crappy one, and then like the sales will prove that we shouldn't make this product anymore. And so, yeah, that's how From the Vault died, if you didn't know that. And then
I didn't.
Yeah. And that's kind of the way Masters, even though Double Masters 2022 sold like freaking hotcakes. So go back to Master sets. Do it, you cowards.
I would love that. I did a check once upon a time. I looked at every card I had in every deck to see what set I bought the most from. I had a big chunk from Call Time because that's where I was born into Magic, was in Call Time.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But my number one was 2x2 Double Masters 2022.
Yes. Probably one of the best, before Final Fantasy, probably the best selling set. I'm not going to say that's a hard truth because I'm not exactly sure, but it seems like it was such a well received set by the community that it's questioning. It makes me wonder why they ever moved away from master sets. Too much.
Yeah, they're in the business of making money, and yes, I agree with you. At the time, it felt like this set is selling insane. This has to be one of the best sellers of all time. I wonder how they did. I would love to look that up.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out and we'll report it back on next week's show. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to dive into real quick before we get out of here?
I want to say one final, please come join us in the Discord. We just played some more games of our Wednesday webcam wizardry. We had a ball, tons of interaction, back and forth. It's a deck building league. Anyone's welcome to join. We got people joining late. It doesn't matter. You can join whenever. Come play games. We play all week. Whenever you're available, hit us up. You can get in on this. I got the rules posted in there. We're having a ball. The more people we get, the more fun we get to have. So please come join us.
Yeah, it's called Wednesday Webcam Wizardry. And the thing is that even if you don't have time on Wednesday, the rules from Wednesday go throughout the week. So if you want to jump on the server and you want to kick up an LFG, throw an LFG up there and see who's down, please, by all means, score those pepper points. That's what we're in the business of doing. We're trying to reward you guys and reward everyone who participates in this with pepper points. You can redeem them for cool merch like our tokens or can caps or in-game actions as well. We have a list of all of your potential prizes with your pepper points pinned in the Wednesday Webcam Wizardry channel. So check that out in the Discord server. It's honestly a blast, and the deck building restrictions are super fun because not only do we want to reward you for being creative in your deck building endeavors, but we also want to reward you for living up to the flavor of the week, right? We put a what would you call it? This week we did the hybrid mana challenge, which is just get a game.
Yeah, Wizards proposed the hybrid mana change so you can play off-color stuff in your commander decks. We said, what if that was real? How can we break it in this week's iteration of our commander decks? How can we use it? And we saw some cool stuff. We saw a win attempt that was stopped by a hybrid mana card. We saw a win that was achieved by a hybrid mana card. So
wow.
It was just fun, cool to see. I was going for a win and I had a card get exiled out of my graveyard that I needed by a hybrid mana card. Stop me from winning the game. And then once I amassed infinite mana, one of the hybrid cards out of Avatar has pay 3, deal 1 damage to each opponent.
Let's go.
It's a black red card in my Esper deck. So.
Oh, nice.
Cool to see that shine there.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, that's awesome to see because it really does make you wonder what kind of effect that rule change is going to have on the overall community. And we're just trying to, peek into that and say, hey, what's going on the other side of that threshold? Jump on, dude.
The next week we're bending. The next build restriction, we're gonna take back the hybrid mana build restriction, and we're gonna introduce rewards, flavor points, if you will, for bending. So if you firebend, airbend, earthbend, waterbend, I don't care, as long as your deck is bending, and highlighting that with the commander you've chosen already, we're in. It's game time. Do what you will with that information.
But Badger Mole Cub, it's banned. Sorry. Just kidding. It's not banned. And there are a lot of powerful bending commanders, but are we still sticking with the face commanders? Are you still sticking? Yep. So here's the deal. You got to build your deck around one of the original or like one of the face commander decks. So like a pre-con face commander has to be your commander. So now you're sort of given this, you choose it, but now you have this deck building restriction. So how do you incorporate bending into your strategy creatively? Yep.
First League, we want to flex those brain muscles. Come show us what you got.
All right. Yes, please. And if you need help finding where to support us, you can find us down in the description below on the YouTube channel. You can also find links to our link tree in the podcast description below. So check that out. If you'd like to support us, you can do so on YouTube, where you can like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more notifications. Only three more subscriptions till we're at the magic 1,000. And yeah, we'll get there. It's this week. I got a feeling. You can also support us on all major podcasting platforms by leaving us a 5-star review to make us look super duper cool. And you can also support us on Patreon, like Gabe, McOy, and definitely Jeremy, Mono Greg, Reven Lift, UWP Quirt, Will Rule, Pool Boy Barry, maybe Anthony, and Ryan G, and Adam. So thank you all for your support. By supporting the show, you have your name turned Dr. Pepper Red on the Discord server. Also jump in the Discord server, even if you're not supporting us on Patreon, just to, open the door to conversation and meet some really chill kids at school. Like, you want to make some new friends? We're here for that. You also have some questions about interactions? We're here for that. You need help with deck building, or you think I'm a madman, you want to understand what's going on in this dome a little bit, shoot a message to any of the channels. I'll be there. So yeah, those are all the ways you can support the show. And by staying to the end of this episode, it's a great thing. It's the best thing for the YouTube algorithm. I swear to God. Do it. Stay. All right. Rampage. One quick quip. Quick quip before you get out of here. 3, 2, 1. All right. Bye. Peace.